How are you today? Joyful. Why are we joyful? Because Jesus is in our hearts. Amen. Hate for hate would only intensify evil in the universe. When I hate you, you hate me. And I hate you back, and you hate me back. It keeps on increasing the evil in the universe. But if some one of us, with our little grace and sense, try to give love for hate, that is the moment of healing. Today, our Master Jesus is inviting us to resemble the Father and remain the children of the Father and to become saints here and now. With these teachings, especially loving our enemies, praying for those who persecute us, and doing good to those who mistreating us. These are the ways to resemble the Father, because sometimes we are not faithful, we are wicked, and we betray our Master, we betray God's love, but God still keeps on loving us, keeps on forgiving us, and keeps on, expecting us to come back to His true love. That's why it is beautifully said, God gives, and forgives. Human gets, and forgets. Today, the message for us to love our enemies. Loving our enemies, it is a beautiful moment to test our true love. We know, in the words of St. Thomas Aquinas, true love is willing or wishing the good of the other for the sake of the other. And it is easy for us to love our own friends, our own family members, especially those who are in our own allies. It is good, fine, no problem. But loving our enemies is the crux of testing our true love, because they don't will the good of us. They will or wish something ill for us. But if we show our true love for them, that is the moment where we could examine whether our love is real or not. Jesus showed His epitome example of loving His neighbor on Mount Calvary. He prayed for those who persecuted Him, those who crucified Him, by praying to the Father. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. And He showed the example. Of course, loving our enemies is not easy for any human persons, and it is not within our own human instinct. Anybody who hates us, anybody who brings some hurt for us, we immediately react and we become protective and we go to our safety mode. God is asking us to show our compassion and a love for them. Abraham Lincoln, I think once he said, "Do I not destroy my enemies by making them my friends?" When we make our own enemies our friends, the enmity dies. The persons became good to each other. And how can we do so? Jesus Himself gives us beautiful, beautiful examples from His own lifestyle. I just want to reflect along with you 3 catchy words, 3 C words, for us to, grow and imbibe and inculcate those qualities of showing the true love, resembling God the Father. Number 1, criticism. In criticism, anyone would try to prove that the other person is wrong. Today we live in a world where we have hatred words or hateful dialogues. We have toxic polarization. And we have so much of violence and war and unrest. And we suffer this chaos. But we need to hope and believe that there is still a place for love, grace, and mercy. We are not called to just criticize people. In criticism, everyone tries to prove that the other person is wrong. The other person is completely out of the goodness. It is not our duty to completely say the other person is wrong, because we become judgmental. When we become judging others, we don't have time and space to love others. We don't have any opportunity to give chance for others to come back to normalcy. In criticism, it's all about proving the other person is wrong. The second word, confrontation. In confrontation, people passively prove that they are perfect. They don't care whether the other person is wrong or right. They only prove that they are perfect. They are constantly and consistently prove that they are perfect, they are right, they are not wrong. Sometimes I become self-centered person with my puffed up egotism. I prove that I am perfect, I am okay, I am great in this world. I don't have space for others. It's all full of my own self, mine and my own needs and wants. I won't have any space for others in my life. I become aloof, isolate. The third beautiful quality from Jesus is confrontation. Jesus was angry at the Jerusalem temple, but his anger was productive, proactive, and constructive, life-saving, and soul-preserving. If we truly love others, we would have that tough love, bringing them to grace through our beautiful ways. And the tough love would be productive, proactive, and bringing them to a safer zone in the grace of the Lord. And that's when we resemble Christ. It's okay for us to be angry, but that anger, that tough love should have something strong, constructive, proactive, and productive. In confrontation, we empathize with others and bring them to Christ. We help each other to grow in the grace of the Lord. And that's when we resemble God the Father, and we become children of the Father, and we become saints here and now. Therefore, dear brothers and sisters, let us examine our conscience. Can we pass in the test of love by loving our enemies for the sake of their own good? Not just for loving them for the sake of our own good. And can we resemble God the Father through our words and deeds? And can we become persons of confrontation, not mere criticism and confrontations? God bless us all. May the name of God be glorified. Amen.